It's been less than 2 weeks since Glamlite launched their Ghost Face collection, and in just a few days, they're launching another horror based one on Friday the 13th. It is, of course, the Friday the 13th collection. I don't know about you guys, but launching two separate collections within 2 weeks of each other is a little bit too close for comfort for me. And apparently, they're doing another one at the end of October, which is Nightmare on Elm Street. So that's three collections within the span of 4 or 5 weeks? I don't know, but let's discuss the whole Friday the 13th collection. I've taken these pictures, by the way, from Glamlite's own Instagram. Let's discuss. And considering they just came out with a collection not that long ago, you would assume that they would try and dial things back. But no, there's a lot in this. There's an eyeshadow palette, a makeup bag, a mirror, a highlighter, a lip kit, a candle, weirdly enough, some lashes and a brush set. Now you could get the whole thing together for $140, which will save you $7 altogether. The palette itself is retailing for $34 and it apparently comes in a collector's VHS box. So it's kind of perfect for people who are Friday the 13th collectors. However, if you're a Glamlite collector, you might notice that this bears a lot of similarities between this essentially and the Ghostface and Chucky palette. It's almost like a love child. It's very dark, it's very grungy, but there's definitely elements here that we've seen in their previous horror palettes, which does make me kind of think, I wonder what they're going to do for their next one. This is also very shimmer heavy in my opinion, but the little box that it comes in is, to be fair, quite cute, and I am old, so I do remember VHS tapes. The highlighter itself is retailing for $14 and it's rather inexpensive. I will say this doesn't give the same like bam as the Ghostface one, which I just keep comparing things to. Yes, it definitely gives some sparkles, but it's not quite as kind of show-stopping as previous ones we've seen from Glamlite. Which does make you kind of feel like they're victims of their own success because they've done such good collections to date that it's hard to kind of really make themselves look very different now. And it does swatch quite prettily, but it's nothing wow to me. Now, if you disagree, that's totally fine. I'm delighted that you like it. But again, I think it's because so many of us expect so much from Glamlite that we're kind of like, oh, okay. But from any other brand, weirdly, I feel like this would be like super, super popular. The Lenticular Motion makeup bag is retailing for $20, and in my opinion, it just feels a little bit flat. Like it's not wildly inspired. The No Place to Hide lip kit then is retailing for $15 and it essentially consists of a lip pencil and a bullet lipstick. And they're quite an interesting combination. It's not really something I would personally put together, but it is quite different for Glamlite. One of the first things they actually revealed when they said that they were doing this launch was this mirror, and it's retailing for $24. And they also have a brush set then for $18. I quite like the handles of these. It makes them look really, really luxe. But I gotta say that the inclusion of a candle for $12 has me so confused. They've never done anything like this before, so I'm kind of like, huh? Makeup and a candle? I mean, don't get me wrong, sometimes I like to light a nice scented candle, but this seems a little bit off. Like, it's a really weird inclusion. And then the last thing they have are the Camp Counselor lashes for $10, and they're quite interesting because they have this sort of a red accent to them. And yeah, it probably does sound quite strange to say, but for me, I think this is one of the more interesting things that they have as part of this collection. I totally get why they're coming out with this on Friday. I mean, they'd be fools not to. It's literally Friday the 13th. If they missed that opportunity, it would just be foolish for them. Like, the marketing kind of markets itself. However, I just feel like they knew that this was coming. So A, why not do Ghostface sooner? Or B, bring Ghostface together with this along with Nightmare on Elm Street? Because it's weird to have 2 weeks between each of these, particularly for international customers. Now, thankfully, there's none of this that I feel like I'm going to personally pick up. But I would imagine for collectors that this would be like kind of frustrating. Let me know what you guys think. Are there people here who are really into Friday the 13th, really into like collecting this sort of thing? Because I want to know your opinions. Because I have the Chucky palette and I have bought the Ghostface, it has still to arrive. This isn't for me, and I feel like this just doesn't capture my attention as much as their previous releases. But that's just a me thought. Let me know down below what you guys think.